Good morning, guys. My name is Phil. Welcome to Miranda Detailing and welcome to another weekend wash. So this is another special video. This is a special weekend wash. I have a guest, my friend Bradley from Autoworks Detailing. He is a fellow local mobile detailer and shop-based detailer like we are at our home here. So what we're going to do is try to wash our Lexus in the rain because it just started raining. There might be some interruptions because I have a customer coming to pick up this car. So we're going to try to do all of this as we answer some questions and talk shop and talk about some interesting things that all detailers face. So hot water through this.
Oh, really?
It's so nice. It is
Oh,
so nice.
close.
That's loud.
That's a whole lot closer.
Yeah, they're starting already. There we go.
Oh,
there we go.
So nice.
There we go.
So
and everything
nice.
heats up, like the cord, you know, the gun heats up.
And that's just from the pressure washer.
Yeah.
Or I
Give
guess from
it
a
a
hot
try.
water
Here,
source.
go ahead and again, rinse around.
And hot water probably cleans a whole lot better as well.
It does. The protection on here is pretty good. I use the Koshchemi Nano Magic, and it has like the sealant built in, and that stuff really works. It does a good job.
Who needs a pre-rinse when you have the rain?
Yeah, I know, right?
Whatever you want to use on the wheels and tires and wheel wells.
So I was using a little bit of the orange degreaser. I sprayed these ones down.
Okay.
If you want to grab onto the foam, and I'll hit the other side.
Such warm water.
Awesome. In the winter, it's amazing. The cool thing is with that too, I mean, if you're mobile, if you have a tankless water heater, I know if you only have a water tank at home, you can't drain your tank. I guess you can if you want. But if you have a tankless water heater, fill up your mobile tank with hot water.
Yeah.
All the way up. So everything is ambiently warm, and then you can wash cars with nice warm water.
Then you don't need a bucket heater.
Exactly. Exactly. Use the bucket heater just to like maintain the hot water and keep
Yeah.
it nice and hot. So
You know my luck with most things that generally would tend to break, so I didn't even go for the the water heater. Foamer down.
yep.
How are the pumps on those ARs? I notice it stops every time.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yep, so total stop system. And the PSI on it, I think I got it at measured it at around 1200 or so.
Ideal.
Yeah, it's perfect.
People think you need a 2,500 PSI,
Yeah.
3 gallons a minute to wash the car, when in reality it's
Yeah.
not the case at all. So.
Exactly, you just don't need that. Yep. And I usually foam up the bucket too for the wheel bucket, and then we'll just use this. You only use like half the amount of soap in there too. It's pretty good. So you want to hit the wheels, and I'll do most of the body, and then
Okay.
we'll go from there. You've been in this area for how long now?
Well, I grew up in the area, but
Oh, okay.
as far as detailing, I was located off of Whole Street Midlothian for the first 3 years, and then I'm down in Chester now for the last two and a half years. So I have been in the area mobile, and then we are essentially kind of like you, kind of fading away from doing mobile and going more towards shop-based correction, ceramic coatings, with higher end protection.
Yeah.
So that's kind of just the route that I think the industry's going.
Yep.
Like a few people have told me, if you're not doing, paint correction, ceramic coatings, you don't get into paint protection film. It's kind of just the way the industry's going. So if
Yep.
you're not doing that, you're going to be left behind. So if you
True.
want to last for a while, I would definitely recommend getting your skills down to be able to do your corrections and coatings and understand just kind of the ins and outs of that, and also doing what the client is paying for.
Exactly.
not how you want it to look, because that's something that we're all guilty of.
Yeah.
Everybody wants perfection, but in reality, you can spend 25 hours on a correction, and they're like, "Man, it's shiny," and you're like, "Are you freaking kidding me right now?"
Yeah, that's all they see.
I just spent this amount of time, and you say it's shiny.
Yeah.
So it really goes back to just explaining kind of what the process is and what the client wants, basically.
Exactly. I think that's
What
the
they're
most
looking
important. And especially as a business, I mean, you have detail enthusiasts, enthusiasts out there that they're doing it on the side. They're doing it for fun. It's a passion of theirs, and they can go as crazy as they want. But that can't be compared to the detailing business like we are. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's completely different. So that's the difficult thing when it comes to detailers is everyone's like, they have different definitions of what a detailer is, and detailing businesses like us kind of get caught in the crossfire. And if we're not doing things exactly like a detail enthusiast, we get called out for it. And when it's not, that's completely different. Yeah, so we're talking about like detailing culture. That kind of plays a role in it too. I mean, worldwide, but also locally. That whole idea of what's wrong, what's right, what makes a real detailer, products, all that stuff, you know. When it comes to products, actually, what are some of your favorite go-tos?
We use a lot of P&S.
Nice.
So, in my opinion, you need to use, or the best way to go about it from a business standpoint is to use products that are concentrates. So essentially they come in a large amount that can be diluted down for the use that you need it for.
Exactly.
Essentially. So finding products with multiple uses that still are a high level without buying ready to use products that you're going through and paying 20, 25 bucks a bottle for and cycling through $300-400 a week in products.
Exactly. Yep. So, exactly. That just makes sense.
That's concentrates are the way to go, but obviously there's some things that you can't get in concentrates that are definitely necessities, like your detail sprays, your toppers, your products like that. But I would say definitely finding a product that you like to use, and also believe in the people that are behind it. So we also use a lot of Shine Supply. Jeremy Stevens is a real good guy.
Oh yeah.
So you have to find people that you align with. I think this might be your client.
That's our customer. Yep. Yep.
Find people that you align with and understand their ideologies and what they stand for.
Yeah.
And although it may be a little bit more expensive, you're just supporting people. So people that you care about.
Yeah, I definitely believe in that as well. Nice. All right, customers here. We're gonna do some switching out here.
I've never really done much TikToking. I feel like my kids watch more TikTok than anything.
Yeah, I know. It's like, are we too old for it?
Probably. Too old, too busy.
Too old, too busy. I'm making a concerted effort to actually use it more. So, because it is good. We have a little tiny following on it, but it is nice for like promo videos. I will do like minute-long or 3-minute-long promos.
I've dug into a couple of little reels here and there, but
yeah,
I just don't I don't have a huge following on any social media.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like almost pointless for me to do them. Because like, who's seeing them?
Yeah, I know, right? It takes a while. It takes a while to like build it up. It's just like YouTube. It takes a while to get a little following.
I actually had I made a post on my Facebook that we were shooting a video, and one of my good clients down at Premier Auto said that you did a correction on his car like 10 years ago.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was like when we first started doing polishing.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't think I knew what I was doing back then.
You said you don't know?
I don't think I knew what I was doing back then.
Maybe that's why you saw him 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
But as far as the brands go, like I was saying before, the gentleman came and picked up his vehicle. A lot of the brands kind of do a lot of the same thing.
Yep.
So finding somebody that you relate to and that you've met personally, and you kind of see what type of person they are, really dictates a lot of things.
Yeah.
On why you use certain products, even though, like you were saying with the foam cannon attachment, you might spend a little bit more money to support people that you like, or that you like seeing what they're doing. Yep. Or that you know them.
Exactly.
So I feel like brands, that kind of goes a long way as far as what type of person they are. But we really don't use a whole lot of different brands. Mainly, like I said, P&S, Shine Supply. We're using a manufacturer out of Ohio for a good amount of our bulk chemicals. It's called PDP, Professional Detailing Products, out of Ohio.
Cool.
So I'm trying to go all 5 gallons, 5-gallon concentrates.
Nice. That's nice. It definitely it gets cheaper that way.
Yeah. So if you can find a 5-gallon distributor and somebody knows going to get you what you need in a timely manner, especially with product issues, then that goes a long way.
Yeah, it really does. That's cool. So you've had employees also. So that's one thing that we've never had, and I don't plan on it. But like, what are some of the annoyances, pros and cons with employees?
Well, the good thing for you is you can't fire your wife.
She can fire me though.
Yes, she can. Has she?
She came close to it a few times. She wanted to.
That's funny.
Or she wanted to quit, and she can't quit.
Yeah. Girl, you got to work.
Exactly.
You got to work. But no, yes, I have. Scaling a business is tough, especially now with so much, I'm not trying to get political, but with so much, people not really wanting to work, or they have low skill and want high pay. So it's really hard to, scale your business, even though everybody's so busy. Just because, like I said, everybody wants the highest pay with zero skill, when in reality it should be high skill with higher pay.
Yeah, exactly.
So I've been
Ideally,
through a couple people over the last probably 2 years. And obviously it hasn't really worked out.
Yeah.
I have probably a last straw new guy right now, which if he works out is great. If not, I'll just probably go back to solo and just kind of just be booked out.
Yep.
But thankfully I stay booked out for quite a bit.
Yeah.
But it's still, you got to be able to fill in, your regular details with your maintenance, and
you
can't always rely on ceramic coatings and paint corrections in order to be successful or successful.
Yep.
Whatever that means to you.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
But,
I know. Same with us. Sometimes we'll get so booked that it seems like, I should do something. I should hire someone. But I like the feeling of feeling booked and having people wait.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, I kind of like that feeling. It feels good that it's like you're highly wanted, you're highly requested, and if people realize you're that booked out, they're like, oh, you must be good.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to hire employees to fill in the gaps, because your quality can go down.
Yeah, it will.
If you don't get the right person.
I can tell you for a fact it will go down.
Yeah.
And then you're going behind them to fix the issues that should have been solved originally for the money that they're getting paid.
Yep.
And then you're spending more time when you can just do it right the first time.
It's a vicious circle.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yep.
But that's just the way it is. And I've had some guys that I thought were promising, and just little things here and there that just can't happened.
Yep.
And then you run into the fact of, me being mobile for the last basically 5 years. You say, hey, I'm not going to be the one coming out. So-and-so's coming out. They're like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? I'm just at the house, like, watching TV?
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, there's other things that I have to do. We're really busy. So he's going to come do the car. And if that's not okay, then I don't really have an answer.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, I can refer you to Tony Ralda.
Exactly.
Hashtag
my buddy Tony from Ralda's Details.
Shameless plug.
That's right.
Or a lot of other guys. So,
yeah.
But yeah, scaling a business is really hard, and I know a lot of guys that have a lot of employees, and I don't know how they do it, or how they keep them, and how they get such good work out of them.
If you're going to get employees, you can't just have one or two. You either stay small or you go huge, like Chicago Auto Pros and those big guys. Like, but when you do that, then you have a whole other team that work together, and they pay their guys really well. They treat their employees awesome, and their employees are what they call rock star employees, and they are the business, they say. They give a lot of credit to their employees, and that builds up the whole morale of the company.
Yep, and the saying, more money, more problems, is definitely accurate.
True. Yeah, that's true.
The more money you start bringing in, the more problems you have, the higher expectations you have.
Yeah.
The more you have to, manage, aside from booking, answering all the calls, getting messages 24/7, wondering if your employee's going to show up the next day. When they show up, are they going to do what they're supposed to do? There's just so much more stress and anxiety with employees.
Yep.
Because if you're the only employee, you're going to do what you're supposed to do. Otherwise, work's not going to get done.
If you don't work, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
So that's motivation for business owners like us to just get the work done.
You really can't control.
The nice thing is, once you're done with the work, I love the feeling of getting the job done, not having to worry about an employee or anything else. We get paid, we're done. We can go rest, we can go play, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
So it does come with like that certain freedom, and having employees, you're kind of still constantly working.
Yeah.
Mentally.
It's good and a bad thing.
Exactly. Yeah. There's pros and cons to it. Definitely.
It's just trial and error, and hopefully you get lucky. If not, it's just going to be a long time developing somebody.
Yep.
But yeah, employees are fun, man. Employees are fun.
So the protection I have on here, I'm testing some stuff. This side was the
something different than that side.
Yeah, you can definitely see it, right?
Yeah.
Like the Phoenix EOD Immortal spray coating was on this side. A control in the middle that's still kind of beating a little bit, because I think the Nano shampoo that we used before had some protection. And then the Meguiar's hybrid spray coating on this side. They're both performing really, really well. So many of the new products, even if they're consumer based, that's the type of stuff too. It's like the cleaners, you want to buy in gallon form, your shampoos, your all-purpose cleaners, that important stuff. But sometimes the protection products, you're not going to buy in gallon form. You're not going to
Yeah.
buy, it's usually in smaller form factors, 16-ounce bottles, 22-ounce bottles. That stuff is okay because you're not using a ton of it, and it's fairly inexpensive to get anyway. And that's your protective products that you're going to be using. So, how do you like the hot water?
My hands are warm.
I
It's
know,
pretty
right?
cool. Yeah.
Isn't it nice?
So you need a hot water hookup because I might get that in the new shop.
Yeah.
I know we have cold water, but I don't know about hot water, but I'm assuming it would not be hard to tap into.
Yeah. If
hot
I mean,
water.
you're going to have water there anyway, right?
Yeah.
So do tankless.
So everybody is a paint correction specialist and everybody's a ceramic coating installer. Then you got guys that are out there doing paint corrections on black cars during pollen season, applying coating when the panel's 90 degrees.
Exactly.
It's just, why are you different than that guy? Other than the obvious. You're
Yep.
not doing it in a parking lot or in the pollen season, and you're actually skilled and trained professional
Yeah.
with a solid, backing of reviews and
Yeah.
12 years for you, 5 years for me. That's a long time for a small business, no matter what you're doing.
Exactly.
If you make it past the first 1 or 2 years, you've done well.
Yep.
So
exactly. because that's the struggle.
people know that, and they see it. And
Definitely.
they're not dumb. They know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what you were just talking about with training is really important. I mean, we've stepped up the training with the detailing workshop, doing larger classes up in Pennsylvania. Those have been really good. And I'm really hoping, and this is actually an example of doing this right now, is collabing with other detailers and also trainers. I would love to be able to get, say, like Ivan LaCroix out here, because he likes to travel and visit different shops. And so I'll be contacting him and seeing if he can come out here to do like a special class
Yeah.
on polishing and sharing his knowledge. And he preaches a lot about rinseless washes, which I just don't use. It's just not something that we incorporate into our business. It doesn't really work for us, but I have nothing really against it.
Yeah.
So why not train the guys who want to do that?
Yeah.
And have him come down here and train with that, and train with rotary and other. Ivan is amazing at the customer service skill. Learn from him and like talk like him.
Yeah.
And like imitate that example, because he does so well with that. So having him come down, possibly Alan Medcraft from AM Details, who's now the worldwide president of IDA. So if
Interesting.
he could come down here, and if people want to get certified for IDA, then they could possibly do that here. Like, I don't think there's any other place that could do that around here.
Yeah.
So knowing Alan and having a relationship with him, might be able to get him down here and do a special class of maybe like 10 people, and they can all get certified with IDA if that's really what they want to go.
Oh yeah.
So, and he trains in Rupes, and he knows all the business stuff and the polishing stuff too. So that's the type of thing that I want to continue, hopefully this year, is getting some of those guys out here and continuing training, because like we were just talking about, training is super important. I kind of wish I had the availability to do it when we started 12 years ago. We didn't have smaller businesses like this offering this one-on-one training. It was
Yeah.
all the big classes.
Yeah.
You have to like fly out to California or fly out to Florida and join like the 20 plus classes. And a lot of guys that call me, they say they don't like that. They get lost in the mix. They want smaller, more intimate classes.
Yeah. And
You get more of your money worth.
another side of it is that literally everybody is doing trainings now. Everybody
Yeah.
and their mother's doing training. So what is going to separate you from another person?
Yeah, that's true
It's
too.
your mindset as far as how you click with that trainer.
Yep.
Because I've been to Jeremy Stevens, I've been to Steve Simmons, I've had training from David, I've been all over the place, and everybody teaches a different way, although
Yep.
pretty much everything is advanced. But you will have trainings that is supposed to be an advanced correction, and in reality you got people that don't really know how to use rotary, or they've never really dove into it.
Yeah.
So having trainings that are more basic, and then intermediate, and then advanced, but still
Oh,
going
yeah.
over all of the business side of things, because I think
Yeah.
the skills are great, but I think if you can't grow the business and you can't communicate or talk or explain, the skill you have doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's why in the
That's
training
true.
that we did with David, Legend Auto Detail, when he come down, I focused just on strictly the business side.
Nice.
Because in all actuality, if you know how to sand with 1500 grit sandpaper, how much are you really going to use that?
Yeah, exactly.
Are you going to use more relationships, SEO, marketing to grow your business, or are you going to use sanding full panels or rids or whatever the case may be?
Yeah,
Business,
exactly.
technical skill, although it's good to have both,
Yeah.
which
See,
is really important. But
it's a balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a balance. So, I mean, I don't consider myself advanced here because I don't do rotary. I don't do a ton of wet sanding. We're not doing that. But what I do know, I can train on. And I don't claim to know all this advanced stuff. I don't. I'll teach you on what I know from what you've seen on our channel, and if people get to know me, they'll know. But yeah, you'll gravitate towards the personalities and the people that you like. But take classes from everyone. If you want to go take an Auto Geek course, go do that. Or the Detail Wise at Chicago Auto Pros, go do that. Learn from everybody, and then you'll take bits and pieces from everybody and incorporate it into your own system. Don't just copy and be like everyone else.
Yeah.
Take little bits from everybody and learn from them and develop your own skill and be your own personality, in your own business.
100%.
Instead of saying like, I don't like to go to him, I don't want to go to him, I don't like that person, don't focus on that. Go to the ones you do like and learn from them.
A lot of choices.
Yeah, there's so many choices. Yep, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah. I got to try it out.
Oh yeah, try the Ego.
Just let me try half the hood.
Yep, do it.
I haven't used this. I've used the Ego, but not the stubby.
Yeah. It's so loud.
That is really loud.
Yeah, we ear.
I'm not going to use this without ear protection.
We ear protection.
Oh my goodness.
But I mean, it did a great job where it did dry.
Oh my goodness. I felt like I yelled into by a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Man.
Yeah.
That is rough.
There's pros and cons to that thing.
The con will definitely be it will make you lose hearing if you don't use hearing protection.
Yep.
Which I'm sure it's circled on their instructions.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh my goodness. That just, I pressed it and immediately let it go and it just kept going.
Yeah.
Man. I got a little punch though, that's for sure.
It does, especially on the turbo.
Whew, my ear is still whistling.
Well, I was going to use the Beat It Up, but it's already beating up really well and drying really well, so I may not use it. I'm going to save this, guys. I'm going to save this for next time because I don't need to use it on this.
And it's crazy how you would think the more wet the towel gets, it wouldn't dry.
Yeah.
But all these high performance towels that you use, slightly damp will get you the best dry ever.
Exactly. Yep.
The hitch got you.
Yep, it got me. I don't know why I have it on here. I don't need it. I'm taking this thing off.
Man, that is not a good feeling either.
I haven't done that in years. I've been so good.
I'm glad I could be here for the last one,
Ping!
the next one.
Yeah.
That's
great.
never
That'll leave a nice bruise. Building good relationships with local detailers. That's something that I think some detailers starting out are afraid of because they fear the competition. And I gotta be honest, I did too. When I first started, I didn't know who to contact. I didn't know who would be good, who would be not, who wouldn't be good. And the confidence wasn't there.
Yeah.
But like after a few years and I knew what I was doing, then I actually started approaching detailers that I would see locally.
Yeah.
And going to meet them and, introduce myself and see what type of people they are and then build relationships from there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know you, Tony, there's another detailer up in the West End that I got to know and built a relationship with. Quite a few in the area. So, yeah, don't be afraid to like build those relationships and just meet and greet them. If they blow you off, no problem. Move on to the next. But if they're cool and you can, be able to collaborate together or throw work each other's way, then why not?
Yeah.
There's plenty of vehicles. There's plenty of work out there to do. So I think it's healthy to do that. Build good relationships with other detailers in your area.
Yeah, I think it's pretty important because obviously, you're booked out, I'm booked out, everybody's booked out. So for some reason there is, you get a call saying, hey, we all get the call, can you fit me in tomorrow morning or this morning? I'm like, I can't, but he probably can't either. But I'll give you his number, call him and see what happens.
Yep.
Most of the time they probably don't call. But it's good to have, at least a couple guys, you can call if you have a question or need help for any certain situation.
Yep. Yep. That's always
I know you
good.
helped me on that Black Silverado.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Why did I call to ask you to help? I think I had like a 2-day time frame. And
I think you were just crunched for time.
It was a Black Silverado, white overspray, like correction and coating.
Yep.
I'm like, Phil, I need you.
Yep. And we got it done. We got it done that day. You were coating it, and by the end of the day, so that worked out.
And the dude was supposed to be on maintenance. He ended up doing it for like 4 or 5 times, and I haven't heard from him. So I can only imagine what that jet black paint is like right now.
And it was rough.
Yeah.
It was really rough.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's awesome. And we do so much stuff with Tony, and Tony's always booked out, now doing his builds and everything. But he'll always sacrifice some time to help us out.
Yeah.
And Tony's a family man. He's got 3 little boys. He's got a wife and 3 little boys, and he's like always busy, but he's always there to kind of lend a helping hand too.
I'm pretty sure I asked him, like, when do you see your family? Because he's always up late working. He's always up super early.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think he said he takes up like certain days of the week where he'll spend all day with them or do whatever.
Yeah.
But I know my wife, actually last year when I was solo, I think I worked the first 4 months out of the year, 7 days a week. And it wasn't like 9 to 4, it was like 9 to 9.
Ooh, that's rough.
So I got really, really burnt out. And my wife was like, hey, I need you to stop working so much. I was like, all right, Monday through Friday, 9 to 6.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you have children.
Yeah.
We don't have kids. It's different for us, but you got kids. Tony's got kids. I don't know what that's like, so Jess and I sometimes are a little selfish. We'll work and then we'll just go do whatever we want.
That's fun.
So it has its pros and cons too.
Yeah, I mean, kids are good when they're sleeping.
Exactly, right?
Just kidding. Oakley Coop. And I actually made a joke on my Instagram story because
I saw
people like Cooper more than they like me, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
All of the comments I get is Cooper running around with a diaper, like dragging his sister.
Yep.
Or just some crazy. He's a nut. He's a nut.
People love seeing kids and all their crazy stuff that they do.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's funny. No, actually, that was a good topic. We're kind of delving into how much do you work, as a detailer too? Because detailers, we tend to be very passionate people, and we love the work that we do, and we'll just keep on going and going and going. There's the detailer's dilemma is one thing, where it's like, how far do you go on the paint? We both know that has to do with the customer, their expectations and all of that. But also, like, how much do we work ourselves so that we don't burn out? Because we can love what we do, but we can also get burnt out because we're doing it too much.
Yeah, because you're not only working during the day, but you're also working while you're answering calls or texts. And then when you get off of work, when you're trying to eat dinner, you're trying to get in the shower, you got your phone blowing up, and people want to be responded to that second. If you don't respond to them, they're going to be calling Jimmy down the road saying, Bradley didn't respond in 37 seconds at 12:45 at night.
Yeah.
Man. So it's 24/7. It literally is 24/7, 7 days a week.
Yeah. Yeah. So. And even at night, I'll try to balance that. If I have a late night, some people will actually call like 10 or 11 at night. And they're legit customers and everything. And maybe they're just online browsing and stuff, and they see stuff and they feel impelled to call. Sometimes I'll answer. Sometimes I'll just let it go to voicemail. I'll answer in the morning. But, you got to make that call and learn to take breaks. Yeah. Like, I talked to a couple of other detailers, my good buddy Gabe from Total Detailing. That guy is a monster. He just, works non-stop. And it's amazing for his business and everything else. But we were talking, and he's like, don't get burnt out. Like, take vacations. Go take your wife and go on a vacation and, enjoy the money that you're making.
Yeah.
Because it can be very lucrative, and we're all making pretty good money now detailing. But we should be able to take that money and go play with it.
Yeah.
And go relax. You work hard, go play hard, go chill hard.
Yeah.
Me and Jess are all about that. We'll work, we'll make our money. We're like, this is all we need for the week. If we don't have anything booked the rest of the week and we made good money Monday and Tuesday, we'll take the rest of the week off and go somewhere on a quick vacation because we have the freedom to do it, and we just don't need to work like we used to.
Yeah.
So you will hustle in the first couple of years. You'll hustle because you have to. But once you get to that certain level, if you can work up to it and you're making a good amount a week and a month and everything seems to be balancing out, then learn how to take the breaks so that you don't get burnt out, because it'll kill you and then you'll hate detailing.
Yeah.
You don't want to hate it.
Yeah. Also, like you're saying, if you have a busier week, or if you have obviously you have the ability to scale your schedule, so you can pack up 1 or 2 days or 3 days and then take off 4 days basically, and have off the whole Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and come back on Monday refreshed. But just finding out, it kind of goes back to the business aspect of it. How much money do you need to make per day or per week? And then once you hit that number, you could go further, or you could stop and say, I've already made what I need to make. I'm cool with it.
Yes, exactly.
Let's go somewhere.
Yeah.
So I have a really bad time doing that because I like working.
I know.
I work all the time, but I also got to realize I got 2 kids and a wife that would like to see me a little bit. So, but yeah, definitely.
So that's good. That's really good, advice coming from detailers who've been doing this for years and who have families and all that stuff. So if you're new and upcoming, I know you'll have to hustle, but get to the point where you don't have to do that and don't kill yourself. Once you're starting to make that money, take breaks, take the time off. And you're self-employed for a reason also. so that you can have that extra time.
Yeah.
You know, you're working for yourself. You're the man now. So don't be like the corporate boss. Don't treat yourself like that.
Even when you work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, or 9 to 5, say Monday through Friday, people are still like, can you do it on Saturday?
Yeah.
That's my only available day. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to hear from my wife.
Yeah. Learn to say no.
Or actually, no. Monday through Friday, my wife is not the issue.
Yeah, exactly.
If for some reason you decide to watch this video, I love you, Heather.
Yep. No, that's important. Yeah, family does have to come first. That's why we're doing it. That's why we're doing it. So that's good advice. Corrections versus paint enhancements, or what some people would call like one steps and things like that. And the profitability between those two services is really interesting. We do hear a lot about people getting paint perfect and doing full corrections, but the time that one spends on that is like astronomical. And also being very nitpicky about doing full corrections and getting everything perfect, when again, it's like 99% of the customers are not going to see a lot of that stuff or really care about it. Here we do more paint enhancements, which is like 50 to 75% than anything else. I think last year we only did like 3 corrections. And those 3 corrections, they didn't even want coatings. They just wanted the corrections, which is weird. I'm like, why go that far and not coat it? But it's up to them. That was their call.
Yeah.
But we do more of the paint enhancements. And we're just saying that you make more money doing the enhancements or the one steps than you would do the corrections. And in most cases, I shouldn't say that across the board, but in most cases in certain demographics, you can make more. And it's like you were saying, it's less stressful, it's easier, it's quicker, and you can make a lot of money and roll through more vehicles faster.
Yeah. Well, you guys got to think about it from a business standpoint. Instagram followers and Instagram views are not going to make you money or keep your business rolling.
Yep.
We were talking because I do a lot more 2-step corrections and stuff like that. But there was a time where I flirted with 1-step corrections or 1-step polishes or whatever you want to call it. There's 15 names for it. But you go back and look at it, you're spending, let's say, like I said before, 3 days on a correction. You're doing a full-blown 2-step or, breaking the rotor out doing a 3-step, trying to reach maximum perfection, making, let's say, $2,000 or $2,500. You could do basically 4 1-step polishes, making $4,000, if not more. Doing that, like you said, it's easier on the body. It's less product, less pads, less blowout tools, no air compressor.
Yeah.
You're able to zip around it in, let's say, 3 hours. Prep the car for an hour, hour and a half. When you figure out how to do it properly and efficiently, zip around an entire car or a small SUV in 2 hours, you're making $300, $350 an hour. So I don't really know how many people wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't look as cool for Instagram, but at the end of the day, are you doing it for Instagram or are you doing it for your business and your client?
Yep.
What are they paying for? What result are they looking for? And like you said, you throw out percentages, people don't really know what your 50% might be different than my 50%.
Exactly.
So I don't really personally use percentages. I say it's going to remove a good amount of defects.
Yep.
It's going to be the paint clarity is going to be there. There's going to be defects minimized.
Yep.
But that's what you're going to get, and 90% of people are perfectly fine with that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then they also, going back to relationships, is if they know that you're not trying to get the most money out of them, and you would drop down a tier in a service to get them what they want, and also save them money. You're going to be doing their sister's car, their mom's car, their brother's cars, their grandpa's car. Because we've had one when we first did it, which was, we probably had, I think it was December I ran a special. And then I ended up doing it all the way through March because so many people wanted to do it. And we were doing literally a 1-step correction or a 1-step enhancement or polish in a day. We were doing 5 a day. Who wouldn't want to make $5,000 in a week?
Yeah, exactly.
If you say it's
the
not you,
profitability
then I
is
need to have your job.
Exactly. The profitability is insane on that. So again, it's like it comes down to balancing what you want to do and the type of customers. It's like every demographic is going to be different too. Some areas people do want corrections. So if they do, cool, focus on those. But for me and my customers, a lot of them don't want full corrections. They want paint enhancements. They want the paint to look better. When they say better, in my mind, I think 50% or more, is going to be perfect for them. You do a test spot, show them the difference, and once they see that, they're like, yeah, that's what I want all around the vehicle. Perfect. I don't have to go crazy trying to get out everything. So yeah, the timing is way better for that. And you can coat on top of that. Like, don't be afraid to
What do you mean? You
ceramic
have to do a
coat.
two-step correction before you can coat.
Yeah, every time. Exactly, yeah.
You must do it.
Yeah, you must do it. Yep.
But my car's brand new. It shouldn't need much.
Yep. Actually, I'm going to be doing a video this Monday, filming one on a brand new Telluride Black. And I don't know if it was the dealership or the manufacturer did this, but it had dust nibs, and they wet sanded, but they never finished it out. So as the owner was washing his vehicle, he would see these little like round spots in certain areas, and he's like, what are these little faded round spots? I'm like, I know exactly what that is. I see it all the time on brand new vehicles. So at least a paint enhancement will take care of that. No problem. You know, it's that type of stuff that owners don't see even on brand new vehicles. But as long as you take care of those troubled areas, polish the rest of it, ceramic coat over it, and your profitability is, again, just going to go through the roof if you balance all those things out.
Another thing that could be very important as well is knowing what products and what combinations work better on certain paints.
Oh, yeah, that's really good.
So if you know you have a super hammered jet black Silverado, the worst, we all do them. Realistic Enhancement's probably not going to do too much, but you can still up it up just a little bit and still be able to knock out, like I said, I don't do percentages, but 50% or make it astronomically better. Where you can say, hey, do a quick little test buy. This is what you're going to get on the entire vehicle. Your car is absolutely hammered. Appreciate your car wash or dealer. I'm not going to talk about that.
Yeah, let's not go. That'll be another like couple hours.
But just know what you can accomplish with certain combinations and certain paint types and certain pads. There's more than enough products out there and more than enough pads to get it done. You don't have to use a certain brand or, you know, obviously everybody has their personal favorites, but there's more than enough products and pads that or machines that can do any result that you're physically capable of doing with the skill set that you have.
Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to, is more your skill set than the product or pad. True, you will develop your skill set around certain products that you gravitated towards. You know, so it's not just about the best product or the best pad. Use what you have and learn to like use those products efficiently, as best as you can using those products. I love my Lake Country pads. I buy the little cheap flat orange pads. And
the SDOs?
Not even the SDOs. The regular, like, flat Lake Country original pads. No SDO, no HDO, regular flat ones. And like everybody's like, you don't want to use those. You don't want to, you know. I just use those and they work great.
Yeah.
And then I trust on my Meguiar's microfiber discs for cutting. So I keep things pretty basic for that. Even though I have a bunch of stuff, I always gravitate towards those because it's just the results are always there for me.
Oh, faithful.
Exactly. But that's my technique too. It may not work for you or other detailers. They like a certain pad because they've learned to work with it. So I think your skill set is going to also make a big difference, what you get used to and what you've perfected over time. It's interesting how that works.
Because you have all of your different products. You have your diminishing abrasives, your non-diminishing abrasives.
So much.
So that's going to go into how you're working that machine and that pad and that panel, specific panel. If you don't know what that is, then definitely figure that out. It's important.
Yeah.
But yeah. So.
Yeah, research the products and play with them. Don't just ask the questions and like go online and ask a bunch of questions and saying, what's the best, this person says this. Get one product after your research, you know, in a pad and your machine, and just put pad to paint and see the results that you get. Then you can make your decision from there, whether you need something more aggressive, less aggressive, a different pad, a different, like you have to physically start doing it before you can start making judgment calls on what's better and what's not and all that stuff. So get the stuff and get to work.
And form your own opinion.
Yes, exactly. Yep. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the video. I know there's a lot of information in there to kind of consume and think about and meditate on, but it's really good to collab with other detailers. Different point of views, different opinions, different ways of working. Those who have employees, those who don't. The whole, you know, detailing culture is really nice to have because we can talk to other detailers and share this information. So I want to thank Bradley for coming out and hanging out and washing the vehicle and talking shop. And once again, if you guys are interested in videos like this, let me know. What other people would you like to see collaborate on here? We'll see if we can make that happen. We have other local detailers here that I have here all the time. And what if we can get some from I don't know, either around the world or around the country. I think that'd be pretty awesome if we can have some come here and do a weekend wash and, you know, talk shop. So thank you guys for watching. If you are enjoying the videos, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss stuff. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great week.